you've been here a couple of years now, but it seems like you're kind of coming into your own. How would you kind of assess what your role is on the team right now and how you feel about your progress?
I mean, right now I'm just trying to progress each and every day, just taking it day by day, really just taking it day by day.
How are you kind of seeing the intensity in practice pick up as you guys, been out here for, a week or so now?
Yeah, it's definitely amped up. I mean, the season getting closer, so you got to amp the intensity.
You've obviously got Buki and Jet. They're kind of leading the linebacker room. Then a lot of guys that are fighting for reps. I mean, what's that competition been like for you guys?
I mean, it's great having, Buki and Jet in the room with you because they can show everybody underneath them the right thing to do in the film, especially in the film room. But, we competing. Everybody's getting better, just grinding each and every day.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where you guys line up because where you start, you end up in a different place you start. But looks like you and Zakari kind of both played some Will and Mike.
We've been rotating. Just Coach Brock dual trains us, so anytime he throws out of the Will or the Mike, you got to be ready for that.
How much have you been able to help Zakari kind of take him under your wing?
To be honest, Zakari's doing real good for his age. Shoot, when I was his age, I couldn't run half the plays he's running. So I mean, yeah, he's doing real good. I'm just trying to elevate him. He's doing real good though.
How is practice maybe different now with Matt Brock leading the whole defense and Arnett maybe not quite as involved?
I wouldn't say it's completely there. I mean, both guys are kind of like, high intensity, fly around, get to the ball, all 11 to the ball. I mean, but, Brock, I wouldn't say it's a huge difference. I mean, it's kind of the same defense, same scheme, same everything, just same intensity.
And obviously you guys have to communicate a lot with the secondary. What are you seeing from those guys? A lot of new faces back there. What are you seeing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're getting better day by day. We had to replace a lot back there, a lot of experience. So, I mean, they're getting better day by day. And it starts in the film room, so.
Coach Brock evaluated you, recruited you, coached you as the linebackers coach. I mean, what's your relationship like with him, and how has that kind of translated to your game?
I like Coach Brock. I mean, he developed me. He has developed me a lot since now. I mean, coming in when I came in 2020, 2021. I mean, since now I done progressed a lot. Due to him. Just his coaching, how hard he coaches. Just want you to be your best self every single day. So I have a great.
We're fixing to talk some offensive guys.
Yeah.
Who looks forward to the first scrimmage more, offense or defense?
I would say defense. I mean, we get to hit, get to fly around, take people to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like defense does definitely.
Offense look forward to the first scrimmage?
Yeah, for sure. We all been preparing and working hard for that opportunity, and now we finna go see.
And if you run into Nick tomorrow at the scrimmage?
Hey, if it happens, it happens, but
Kind of talk about your transition here. Got here in June, and what's the process been like for you since you got here?
Kind of, it's kind of coming in like a freshman all over again. You got to learn all over again. Coming from Penn State is kind of different. The offense kind of the same, but most of the plays, the terms they use and all that kind of different. So I feel like it's coming in kind of like a freshman. You got to learn everything over from day one. You got to learn the drills. You got to learn what they do in the weight room, how everybody go about. So, I mean, it was a rough transition, but from where I started to where I am now, I feel like I came along.
How different is the offense compared to what you've been running?
It's not too different. We kind of duos, same thing we ran at Penn State. It's kind of similar, just, terms different, how they call things, the names of them.
When you got here, who kind of took you under your wing in that room?
Really all the running backs rally around me. They all helped me and pushed me to learn my plays. Even when we had off days, they'll come in with me and we'll just sit down and learn the offense and go over things and the signals and all that.
What was it about Mississippi State that appealed to you and made you want to come here?
Really the history in the running back room, the coaches, and who are in the end is closer to home. So that was a plus.
A lot of coaches say that, even some of your teammates say that you're blue collar, workmanlike, bring your lunch pail to work.
Yeah.
You kind of fit that Mississippi State mentality. How big of a factor was that?
I mean, it's good because like you said, this the culture here. This what they thrive on. So this is what I do too. So putting both of them together is a good match.
Between Will Rogers and Woody Marks, I mean, those are a couple of veteran guys who can help you out. I guess just how much have you leaned on them, and how much has their leadership helped your transition?
They helped me a lot. Like even with Woody, some plays in, he'll tell me, after I run my play, he'll come back and tell me what I could have did better or what I did good. Or even with Will, when I'm in on a new play, he'll tell me, okay, you got this or you got this. So they helped a lot.
More humidity in practice down here?
Oh yeah, of course, way more.
How do you feel physically? I know you kind of had some frustrations last year after leading the team and rushing 2 years in a row. I mean, how are you feeling coming back out, getting back out on the practice
Man, I
field?
just feel amazing. You know, it's just a blessing to be here. You know, I take things day by day, step by step. So I ain't really focused on the past. You know, I'm day by day. So I'm here right now, where my feet are as where I be. So I'm good.
How excited are you to get to play in some of these SEC environments?
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Man, I can't wait.
What's that transition been like for you? I mean, you coached just about everything at this point over the years, and now moving over to the offense again. I mean, what's that been like working with that group?
Well, I tell you, I give credit to Coach Arnett, who asked me to go over and coach the running backs and having confidence in me. And one of the most important positions on the team is, the running back position, because you have to be in pass protection, you have to run the ball, you have to block, and do a lot of different things. So it's been a lot different from that standpoint. But as Coach Arnett says, a football coach can coach football. It doesn't matter what position. So I didn't mind the transition.
They brought in Coach Knox too, who was here before, and he's working with the offense as well. I mean, how involved is he, and how much do you bounce off, some thoughts with him?
Well, Coach Knox is one of the most experienced running back coaches in the SEC. He has guys in the NFL. He's had great players here, Anthony Dixon, Vic Ballard, and some others, to name a few, and had a lot of success coaching. So, he and I rely on each other. We work together really, really close to make sure that our guys are prepared for practice every day.
How do you feel about the depth you guys have at the room? Obviously, everyone knows what Woody brings, but behind him, it seems like you guys have a decent depth.
Well, I really like our depth. I like the competition. It creates competition in practice every day. It creates competition in meeting rooms, and everybody has to be attention to detail because everybody wants to play and have the opportunity. So, it cuts down on mistakes. It increases the mental focus and, requires them to be tough every single day they come to work.
What about your newcomers? I mean, what have you seen from them so far as like retention and that sort of thing?
It's been good. You just talked to Kevon Lee, and he's an experienced back coming out of Penn State, and sometimes you can see the experience, and then he's also trying to learn this system, and he didn't have a spring training, so that doesn't necessarily set him back, but it does take more time for him to come around. So getting Simeon Price back out this summer has been really good for the group, and Seth Davis had a great spring, and he's having a good fall so far.
You do have those newcomers, but I mean, it's a pretty loaded group from a body standpoint. How are y'all kind of divvying out those reps, and how do you want to utilize the depth that you have this year?
We try to equalize it as best we can and get the players, that have been playing, the experienced guys, as many reps as we can.
What have kind of been your impressions of Coach Barbay and getting to work with him for a few months?
Oh, outstanding. Coach Barbay does an outstanding job. He's great from a leadership standpoint. He's great from an X and O standpoint. He's, very, very knowledgeable about, what he wants to do in his offense. And just look at his numbers everywhere he's been successful. So I know he'll be successful here also.
What's it been like? This staff kind of assembled of guys with Mississippi ties. I mean, you've had that before here, but I mean, what's the comfortability with this staff, and not only just recruiting, but the camaraderie that y'all have as coaches and coaching as well?
Well, Coach Arnett has done a great job of surrounding themselves with guys that have not just SEC experience, but Mississippi State experience. And Mississippi State's a unique place. It's unique in the United States of America and all of college football, but it's unique in the Southeastern Conference, and it's even unique in the state of Mississippi. So, a lot of people that have experienced success here knows the ingredients that it takes, and Coach Arnett is relying on all of us to help him get this program and keep this program where it should be.
Freshman, what position do you put you at?
I'd be an H. I'd absolutely still be inside. Again, it's a lot of space in there. Right? You want to get those guys in there, create some mismatches, and let them go play free.
I mentioned tight ends earlier, but you played with tight ends, so you know how to. This program's had so many great tight ends in it there. So working receivers and tight ends, that's just kind of bringing back Mississippi State offense.
Yeah. Again, it's what we've always done, what I've known. And again, you watch from afar, but when I was close to the program and here physically, that's what it's been. So it's familiar to me.
Well, as someone who's gone through the grind of fall camp, what do you kind of tell players as you get to this point where you're still a few weeks away from games, you're into the grind, to not get exhausted and kind of get
Just stay in it, right? You're gonna be tired. For the rest of the year, you won't feel 100% again until after Thanksgiving, right? That's just the reality of being an SEC football player. You just got to go through it. Remember why you're doing it. Keep the main thing, and just get better every day, right? You're going to be hurting and you're going to be sore, but once you get between those lines, you're playing football, right? All of that goes away. Now let's go out here and get better. You're here now, right? The hardest part is getting up, right? Once you're on the field, now you get to do what you love to do. Go out and compete and make everybody around you better.
Saw a lot of guys running routes, played third, second, third, reserves. When do you want to start trimming down that rotation, getting ready?
I think kind of starting to get an idea now, right? Pads are on. We've had a couple of days in, and guys are showing. I mean, it always happens, right? You give everybody a lot of reps, and then as you get deeper into camp, the guys show who they really are and show who can help us. So we'll start doing scouts here in a little bit, and again, we'll just keep evaluating tape and seeing which guys can help us on Saturdays.
How much has some players in your group kind of picked up on the little things that come with that, whether it be blocking downfield or just other duties that come besides catching a football?
Right, just being a complete receiver. Right, we preach it every day, and again, it's just the finish. Right, be a great player, be a good teammate. We hand the ball off, right? You don't get the ball, turn up field and find somebody to block. Help your guys get in the end zone. I tell them all the time, offensive linemen get the play started, but if we're going to break long runs, it's got to come from us blocking on the perimeter. So they're picking up on it, doing a good job, doing what we're asking them to do. Just got to be consistent, right? Can't be that one day and then come out the next day and look like we don't know what we're doing, right? So consistency is key, but we're building in the right direction.